Hi there, so in this video I'm going to quickly go over our process for adding schema, JSON-LD schema to our website pages. And to kind of give you some feedback, or I should say a heads up, we mainly going to be using plugins for this, just so that implementation is faster. And we're mainly going to be using 3 different types of schema. That would be service schema, organization schema, and local business schema. Now, if this changes for any of the clients, I'll make sure to let you know. However, these are the 3 main schema types we'll be using. So when you're filling this sheet out for your client, this column should be filled in, column N. And we're going to be using a plugin to automatically fill in that information. And so once you get into the website, you'll scroll all the way to the bottom here. You'll see a section called WP SEO Structured Data Schema. And this is the plugin that we're using. And the plugin is pretty easy. So you just select your schema type. So let's just say for this page, this was actually a blog post. Let's say we were adding service schema. And then here, you would just hit the enable button. You would hit the autofill option. And really what you want to do here, you want to make sure that the name of the service is accurate. So it should fill in with whatever is in the heading 1 tag. However, you might see a case where this isn't the case. So what you want to do is just kind of do a double check to make sure that this matches what's in the H1 tag. So it does. And then from there, you want to put your service type. And so the service type you'll be able to find here in the spreadsheet. It's going to be on the essential information tab. And you will put that service type in. And then from there, you really can leave everything else blank here. But for the image, I always like to include an image. So whatever is the featured image for that page, just do a copy or right click, and then go to copy image address. And then from there, just put it in. And you should be good to go. Everything else should be auto filled in. So just hit add new, or I'm sorry, you'll actually hit update. And then from there, you would repeat the same process for any of other schema types that you're adding. So again, I will make sure to include here in the column N or the type of JSON schema column, what type of schema you should be adding for each page. Now, once you're finished with that, you want to make sure that you're testing the schema to make sure it is implemented correctly. So the link is actually right here. You would just go to the structured data testing tool. And then you would just put in whatever the URL is. So for this page, it was this URL. Put that in there. And really what you're looking for here, you don't want any errors or warnings. If you see an error or a warning, that means something isn't right. So you want to make sure you fix that part. Other than that, let's see, I'm going to make sure I cover everything. So let's just say we wanted to do a local business. So the only difference here, this also can do the autofill. So again, it should show up with the H1 tag, and then it'll pull out a little snippet from the content. So you just want to make sure that you include the business logo. So in this case, it's using a featured image, but you want to make sure that you include that logo, which should be there. But if not, then you'll just go in here and just click the logo for that particular for that particular client. So that I'll make sure to name the file business logo schema so that you have that, you know which file to use. For the price range, you can just do something like one, two, let's use two dollar signs for each. For the address, the region, postal code, street address, all of that information, you'll be able to pull that from the essential information tab here. I'll have all of that information for you. But just so you know, I know that I see the labels are a little bit different. So address locality, that's city. So that's actually going to be here, row 2, column B. Address region in the US, that's the state. So again, that's going to be row 3, column B. So just use the abbreviation there. And then for postal code and street address, I'll make sure to include these in the essential tab too. And then for the telephone, you can also grab that from the essential tab. All of that information will be added. Okay, so that should get you on the right track, but if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thanks, and take care.